week in car audio. Tune in, tune in, tune in, tune in, tune in. This week in car audio. Tune in, tune in, tune in, tune in. We'll be talking about bass, talking about chips, talking about rings. You ain't got them, zip your lip. You got a problem you haven't found, check your grounds. The show about to start. Tune in, 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 tune in. This week in car audio. Yeah. Tune in. This week in car audio.
Welcome to This Week in Car Audio with your host, the Judge, Doug Stockton, co-hosted by your friendly neighborhood, what are you called? You do that other thing. The actor and judge and all that stuff. How's it going, Jeffrey?
Yes. It's going good. How you doing, Doug?
Just fine. I'm doing the share since Facebook changed some stuff with the new... so now I got to figure out how to do that, so it took me a second to get going here. But I am starting to share through the group. Anything new exciting happened for you this week? So now I got to figure out how to do that.
This week? No, nothing. I'm just really excited and focused on DbDrag finals, getting out there, just seeing what Celise and Wayne has in store for us, for all of us.
Yes. I am also preparing for World Finals, obviously. I fly out Friday morning, and I'm going to be there Friday afternoon.
Oh, you're getting there late, Doug.
I am. I'm not going to be there till about 10, 11 o'clock.
That's not afternoon. That's nighttime.
Yeah, whatever. Depends
You're
on
gonna
what
miss
time you
out.
get there. Let's see, a couple more shares here, and then I'll be all caught up. Any shows coming up for you, Jeffrey? There we go.
Wow. I know SoCal is getting right into it. Well, actually, Texas is also. Texas at Crossfire Car Audio. We got a show October 15th. We got to get it on the calendar. It's going to be on there pretty soon. But getting right back into it. I know some of the guys are really excited about starting to get their points. It's never too early to get points for finals, right? So that's going to be on the calendar here pretty soon. So check it out, DbDragRacing.com.
All right, cool. All right, let's see if I start pulling up some of the names. Oh, here we go. Team Mini, he's in. I'm going to start sharing these here. I wanted to close this thing. There we go. Close that. Now I should be starting to pull up some people from here. I can't remember which way it is, up or down. Anyway, I got people, Moses Martinez chiming in. I got Anthony, Nathan Maynard. Oh, there we go. Team Space for Base.
There we go.
Chiming in. There we go. Now I got these things working. Got Delaney. Hit a chat on the YouTube side again real quick, Minnie, so I can make sure you're in here still. I want to make sure all this chat stuff's working. Anyway, our guest this week, DbDrag, is obviously all the judges and stuff. It's actually a worldwide organization. It's headed up by Wayne Harris. But as we like to say at my church, we used to say all the time was, the man may be the head of the household, but the wife is the neck that turns the head, and she controls where you go. So, speaking of that, so the person behind doing all the graphics, doing all the organization and all that stuff for World Finals, it's Miss Celise Harris. How you doing, Celise?
Good.
So we got all these people chiming in.
Cool.
We got Justin Stolman, Daryl Crawley,
Cawley.
And
There's
then
no R.
Okay.
Hey, after doing certificates, I know them all.
All right. We got Daryl, Rosa, the woman behind the magic, Rosa says.
That's what Rosa says.
Yes. I am not seeing my YouTube. Lord of Base Manny. Oh, you know what? I got to open YouTube also. That's what the problem is. All right. Anyway, Jeffrey, go hit her with a couple of questions real quick while I get the YouTube thing going, please.
Okay. So, this is actually directed to our viewers or our listeners, so to speak. If you guys have any questions for Celise, we have Celise on the podcast. So I know a couple of you guys were asking some questions about World Finals. It doesn't necessarily have to be about World Finals. So if you have any questions you would like for us to answer, let us know in the comments, and hopefully we could answer them for you. But Celise is here. She's going to give us the rundown on what is to be expected at finals. What can we expect? Maybe we can get some scheduling notes down and all that. So Celise, if you will, please.
Well, thanks for having me on here. We're super excited about this year's finals. It's going to be, just fun. I think it's about 50% competition and 50% just hanging out with each other and just, kind of kicking back and having a good time. Everybody's going to start heading out, rolling in on Friday. I wouldn't say everybody. Most people will probably arrive Friday. We're asking people to wait till noon to check in. We're going to be still setting up in the morning, and we want to make sure that we get all of everything set up before people are coming to check in. So noon to 8 for check-in on Friday. I think the judges, once most of the judges are there, except for Doug, because he's a slacker and coming in late.
Some of us have to work.
Whatever. We all have to work, dude, really. So I think you guys are going to start doing pre-judging 5 to 8. Now remember, pre-judging, and why is my phone ringing?
I know, somebody called me too.
Gonna ignore.
It happens to Doug all the time.
So I think you guys are gonna do pre-judging, and I want to remind everybody, pre-judging is a courtesy. So all of these vehicles should have been looked at a multi-point event throughout the season. So this is just a last minute eyes, yep, everything's cool. And we know how everybody likes to tear down their vehicle and rebuild 2 weeks before finals. So I think that will happen Friday night, and then we'll finish up on, you guys will finish up Saturday morning for anybody that still needs to who wants to have a look over. Then we'll do all qualifying on Saturday, along with Top Dog and its completion on Saturday, and Cyclone Demo and its completion on Saturday, and Freestyle in its completion on Saturday. So all of those will be done Saturday, so that Sunday is just eliminations for DbDrag and base race and deathmatch.
All right. There is a question that just popped up here on the Facebook side. It says, any gas restrictions on tank level? So are we quarter tank or any of that stuff?
You know what? That's a good question. I asked the facility if they have a document per se that they could send us. And I believe that we are the first of its kind at that facility to do like a car show per se. They've done they've done motorcycles. They've done boat and RV shows. They've done, right now they're doing a broadcast show, and Dale Earnhardt Jr. is there tonight. So that's kind of cool. Tonight or tomorrow. So she didn't have a document. As a rule of thumb, we always tell people, hey, I can't remember, was it eighth or quarter inch or quarter tank? Eighth or quarter?
It used to be an eighth of a tank, or a quarter of a tank max.
Quarter of a tank.
How about this? Just don't come with the full tank, and then you're. I mean, really. I think if you can keep it as low as you can without running out of gas, obviously, that would be good. And it's just it's a safety thing as well. So I think we always say eighth or quarter tank or something. That's like a rule of thumb.
Yeah, and at previous locations, right? I think Nashville, like the fire marshal would set these rules. Obviously in the interest of safety, it's the reason why you wouldn't want to get to the competition area with a full tank of gas.
That's right. And I would just say, I would keep it less than a quarter of a tank to be safe. The fire marshal will be there. They're going to be definitely watching and making sure that we're not smelling up the place.
Okay.
That's right.
Real quick, I forgot to do this at the beginning. Once again, we like to thank the sponsors of our podcast. We got Crossfire Car Audio, Stolman Transport LLC, Lots of Watts. They are the lifestyle wear, and Pun Customs out of Minnesota. No,
Michigan.
Michigan. I knew it was one of those M states. And we will have Pun's Customs on here coming up in the next couple of weeks, just to talk about
Cool.
what they do and whatnot. But once again, hey, if you guys get an opportunity, support those who support the things that you like to hear and like to see, and that do your support the hobby you're involved in. All right, so that was the gas restriction question. The next question we got is from Rosa, and it says, "Will there be a map, a layout? How will we need to set up?" Oh, so yeah, how will they need to set up in the stalls or whatnot? They're just wondering if there's a map or pit stalls like we used to do. How's that go?
Yeah, great question. I am going to send an email out to the competitors probably tomorrow with just, drive safe, check your trailer tires. Here's the times and everything. As far as the pit stalls go, we will have a big floor plan. Thanks for reminding me. I got to write myself a quick note right now. I need to send that over to to get printed. So we'll have a big floor plan like on foam core where we'll have all the pit stalls where people can ride in. We want everybody to have a great time and come and, park with their teammates. That's and the judges, we all talked about this and we all agreed that, we don't want to do assigned pit stalls because the teams have a better time when they can park together.
Okay. Nathan Milliard says, just don't have a gas gauge.
Well, that doesn't surprise me on some vehicles.
Yeah,
True.
As a matter of fact, Wayne did put out a post again. It's been a long time. I can't remember what year it was, 2006, 2007-ish. And he posted in there, "Hey, we got a lot of media coming to this event. Could you guys please at least spray paint your boxes?"
Yeah.
Cover all exposed wood, like no,
Yeah.
He said that he did that post the other day, and it's just so funny how some people are like offended by it. I'm like, really? You're offended by that? I mean, come on. Have a little pride in your work.
There was a little bit of hate on that post too, and I was like, oh my God, I can't believe it's it's been like that for years, and some way or some part between then and now it kind of got lost. But I mean, we're bringing out all the stops.
I get it. Everybody's busy and you're working on your builds. Totally get that. Not dissing that, but get a little sham wow on your outside vehicle or something.
Or if you're a mobile detailer, mobile car wash, if you want to post up in front of the arena, maybe you can make some extra cash and wash a couple of cars while you're there. So kind of cool.
I will give a props to two people. Dan Warner sent a message the other day. He said, "Tell Wayne I'm cleaning up my car," which is great because Dan needed
That is an ugly vehicle.
That one, I'm not going to say it's ugly. I'm just saying it needed a little TLC.
It's beautiful in its own way, right?
Yes. Good job, Dan. And I'll give another shout out to RP, which I heard it's his birthday. Happy birthday, RP, if you're online. And
happy birthday.
He did post that he had his car detailed, which is great on the Extreme Van.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
So
RP. So
that's a start.
In case you guys don't know, current people that watch the podcast weekly, RP, his birthday, and then Tiffany out in Bridgetown, Barbados. They bought a meter out there, and they're gonna hopefully start doing some DbDrag stuff, at least testing at their shop, and maybe even expanding into getting into the DbDrag stuff.
Cool.
Dustin Wright.
Happy birthday, Tiffany.
Yeah, Dustin Wright says, "Is there a list for qualifying order yet?"
Oh, that's a good question, and there will be. Yes. It's the order based on registration. However, you guys don't know that, but we have that data. So yeah, we'll do that list. That may be get the list. We may put the list together. I can't say it'll be tomorrow. We leave Wednesday morning really early, so I've got a lot to finalize here tomorrow, but we will get that list and do the qualifying order. Yeah, thanks for reminding us, Dustin.
And then
let me put that on my note too.
Yes. For you guys that don't know Celise, she's got a lot of notes.
Hey, you know, I have lots of sticky notes right now.
I believe it. Let's see, Mel Valdez, coming out of the Dallas area, Jeffries area there. He says, LOL, I'll be spray painting tonight and tomorrow. So he must have a lot of wood to clean up.
Uh-oh.
So, and Nathan says he cleaned it up the best he could.
Okay.
So
Nathan
Milliard.
Yeah.
Nathan's vehicle's pretty nice. I mean,
Yeah.
it's a good clean from last time I saw it was.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it's like rhino lined out on the exterior of the vehicle, so I think you can just hose it down and it'll be good to
That's
go.
right. Yeah.
Oh,
Take
it's
a
one of
pressure
those.
washer to it.
Yeah.
Yep. No, it's like I said, I'm super excited about World Finals. I can't wait. It's we're getting an opportunity to meet up with some of the old school guys. So how did that come about, Celise?
I think that came about when we were at Master Tech Expo in Arizona in February. You know, when Wayne was there, I mean, we were both there, and Fakuda was there, and they just got to talk. I mean, that was a good show for us in this respect that, you know, we used to both work at Rockford, and so there was a lot of people there we knew, and it was kind of like a family reunion, class reunion, and I think that's about when that came about. Maybe it was a little bit. No, that was about when it was. I think that we started talking about it.
Okay. And is that something you and Wayne came up?
I think it was probably more him than me.
Okay.
Just because, well, here's the thing. You know, this is the 25th anniversary, so we really want this event to be a really cool, special time for people, memorable. I mean, we're not holding back on anything. I mean, this convention center is just state of the art. It's a great looking facility. It's right on the Ohio River. Everybody's fishing, you know, bring your fishing pole with you. If you're not in the lanes, you can go fishing.
Yeah.
If you're Sam Horn.
Yeah. So
we were taking bets on seeing who would be the first to go skinny dipping in the Ohio River. So hopefully,
why would you dare these people? Why?
Have you met these people, Jeff?
It was on the internet, so someone had mentioned that.
Yeah.
But nice to know that they can go fishing as well. So if you have your fishing pole, go fishing.
Yeah, that's right. There you go. That's a little more family friendly. But anyway, so we wanted to just have a class reunion, family reunion type atmosphere. So like I said, it's part competition. Of course, it's World Finals, but then there's just so much more to it. And it's just hanging out like Doug, even when you have talked to like the Rileys and different competitors from over the years, and you ask them, you know, what's your favorite part about finals? It's, the competition, but it's always about the memories and the fun times and the, you know, hanging out, you know, kicking back, drinking, whatever it is. So, and then of course there's some not so funny stories too, but we won't go there.
Moses Martinez, as we call him out here. He says, how about food and drinks?
Okay.
Yes.
So
there was something I read. Yeah, there was something I read.
So here's the thing. This is pretty cool. Ground Zero and Sound Digital have sponsored the hospitality and the after party. So what we decided to do, we have a hospitality suite, and up in the suite, there'll be some snacks up there. But then you will also have everybody that comes to the event that bought either a weekend pass or VIP pass or a competitor. You will have lunch tickets for Saturday and Sunday. So you can go to any of the concession stands grab a sandwich or whatever. You could bring it up to the hospitality suite. We started kind of working on the food situation for the hospitality suite, and we decided, you know what, let's just give them lunch. So lunch is included both days, which is pretty awesome. And then, like I said, the hospitality suite will have some snacks up there. That'll be a place to hang out. There will be a bartender up there. It'll be cash bar up there. So they will be serving, you know, your typical beer and, you know, mixed drinks. And you can take them anywhere in the hall. So you can keep up there and drink. You can go down in the hall. And the concessions will be selling beer downstairs as well. So like I said, we want people to have a good time. Then on Saturday night, the party will be at 7 p.m. and that's going to be a barbecue buffet style barbecue dinner. And they'll have some drink specials and cash bar for the drinks.
That will be at the venue, right?
No, the party is about 2 blocks away, but there's a trolley. There's a trolley
in case
car.
you can't walk 2 blocks.
In case you can't walk 2
perfect.
blocks. Yeah, there's a trolley car that we have them picking up at the, and all of this will be in your, when you check in, you'll have a paper or flyer or whatever, they'll tell you this. The trolley will pick up in front of the convention center and drive you over to the venue.
All right. Mario Perella says, it ain't a party without drinks and Moses and Rosa. So he's seen them get together. And then where do you say he added? Oh, here we go. Nathan again says he added 400 beer caps to the epoxy floor, and then said he clear coated over the Raptor liner.
That's
so
cool.
that's his version of painting.
You know what? I bet you there's a lot of people that maybe haven't seen his beer cap inside his vehicle in person. It's pretty cool looking. I have to say, it's pretty cool.
I don't believe I've seen it.
A lot of work and, you know, time had gone into that. It's got bottle caps all on the floor, and there's just clear, I think, epoxy
like
or resin. Over it. So, you know, it's really cool.
It's unique for sure.
Exactly.
Oh, that's cool. We like unique vehicles. I mean, that's a big part of what we do in DbDrag, you know, is we want to see the unique vehicles. We're definitely unique to what you see driving around the street, you know, and we like to show off and as a general organization and people involved in it. So also for you guys that don't know, most of the DbDrag flyers, Celise is the director of marketing. Is that right, Celise?
Marketing director, huh?
Yep. The marketing director. So when you guys see these logos and them modified slightly, the shirts the judges are wearing, this is the old school jersey. Jeffrey's got the one from last year and a couple years before that. And then the one I wear on the podcast is the new one. Those are all designed and came up with out of Celise's head. So, you know, that's another cool thing she does. She's designed all the logos, Top Dog, DbDrag, Base Race, Cyclone, and Bagger Beats. The DbDRA logo, Freestyle. So what is what's kind of your inspiration for when you come up with these designs and whatnot?
That's a good question. I have to say that, and I've said this for years. So let me just back up for a second. I used to be the art director at Rockford Fosgate years ago. And I used to tell my boss at the time, you know, I was not one to always come in on time. I'm the first to admit, but I was always one of the people that stayed there way later than anyone else. I mean, that's just kind of, and I've always said this, you just kind of can't put a timeline on creativity. My ideas come at the bizarrest times. I mean, whether it's like, you know, walking the dog or taking a shower or sleeping or, you know, whatever, eating dinner, it doesn't matter. They just kind of come when they come. Yep. So I can't say when or how, you know, I have ideas, and I may design something like the World Finals logo that you see. Oh, I can't see my pen. Or is it at that one? The World Finals logo, that was probably I don't know, I probably designed the World Finals logo 12 times before I came up with that one.
Oh yeah.
So
just ask the judges.
yeah, that's true. That's true. Sometimes the judges are my test bench for things. I will put in the group message with the judges. Hey, what do you think about this? So I don't know. It's just fun. You know, I went to, I actually have my Bachelor of Fine Arts degree in graphic design from Arizona State University. So that's just kind of what I do. It's just fun.
All right.
I get to play.
So here's the question that I'm interested in, and probably a few other people. So how did you become involved with DbDrag?
By osmosis.
Osmosis. So how did that all develop for you then?
Well, you know, I met Wayne at Rockford. So Wayne is president of DbDrag Racing. And I met him when we were working together at Rockford, and that's a whole nother story about how we met. We won't go there tonight, but it was not a fun experience when I first met him. I thought he was a jerk, but then we ended up, you know, we were in Vegas at CES and we ended up partying and became, you know, best friends. So, and I think, you know, we were all, when we worked at Rockford, it was just kind of such a place that was just a fun place. And so I was just always part of it. I mean, from the beginning, I was just always part of it. It was
okay,
kind of what it is.
Yeah, you were there at its inception, you know, so, you know, a lot of the stuff that we see now, a lot of what's going on, it's, you know, was thought of back then.
Yeah, and remember, this is our 25th anniversary event, so it's been a long time. I mean, long time.
I think some of this old school stuff has been spurred on by Wayne going back and starting to mess with the Terminator too.
Oh, you know what? It was a post. I remember how this started.
Okay.
He put a post on Facebook, maybe January, February timeframe, and asked, what were some of your favorite memories of finals? And remember, if you look back, and I won't be able to find that post because I'm sure it's buried, you know, 12 months ago in a bunch of crap, but it was just, all the comments were just like, I remember when we did this in Nashville or this in Louisville, and remember somebody busting through the gates, and remember somebody sawzalling through the wall, and I mean, it was just all sorts of funny, weird stories. And I think that's how that probably started.
Yep. And in case you guys don't know, that's actually what inspired us to start looking back at past competitors and getting them on here, like the Rileys and Peepo. Did Peepo ever confirm that he's coming?
No, but you know, it's funny because I've made graphics for people that have contacted me directly. But there's a lot of people, I'll see a little post or chatter and they'll say, oh yeah, see you next weekend in finals. I'm like, well, that's awesome. I didn't even know they were coming. They haven't registered. They're probably going to do it. It's probably going to be a game day decision, and that's cool. So no worries. Everybody's welcome. The more the merrier.
Yep. Tom. Oh man, what was his last name? Not Osborne. Was it Osborne? No. He used to work at Planet Audio, and he would say he was gonna, Orozco, yes.
Orozco.
He would say he's going to be at World Finals every year and then not be there.
And then not be there.
Yeah.
Typical.
I
remember. Oh, so go ahead.
Go ahead. Sorry about that. Go ahead, Jeffrey.
Oh, I was going to say, I remember at my first World Finals, first year I competed, I qualified for finals. And I was on the fence for the longest. And I didn't really tell anybody this, but it wasn't until I got a call from Wayne Harris himself. It was like, hey, you know, you qualified for finals. We're going to expect you to go to finals. And it wasn't until then till I realized, hey, okay, I'm going to go. So, you know, I know a lot of us slack a little bit, but hey, you know, if you guys have to go to any finals, you know, this is the one that's going to be it. The 25th anniversary. You guys, you know.
And even for people who didn't qualify or can't maybe, you know, afford the gas or the trailer far, I mean, just come and hang out for the weekend. I mean, it's just going to be a fun time. And I mean, like I said, we're not holding anything back. I mean, we're giving everything back and then some. I mean, everybody's going to get raffle tickets with all the competitors, the spectators. We've got some awesome prizes that are being raffled off, and I've probably posted some, like excess batteries, gave some batteries.
I saw the Incriminator amplifier.
Yep, Incriminator's giving us some amps. Serwin Vega is giving us some Stroker 18s.
I know, but the judges don't think that should go out to the competitors.
Oh yeah,
because there's not a single judge there that doesn't want that.
That's right. Def Fonts has given us some speakers. I'm trying to think who else. American Bass is going to be there. They're going to have a booth, and they've donated some amp and a speaker, I think. I'm trying to think who else we've got.
Bob's
I don't know. There's
guy,
more.
Bob's the guy that's been sponsoring DbDrag since I can remember. American Bass Bob. So, yeah, and he's a really cool guy to sit and talk to at CES or any of that stuff. He does have a passion for this industry. So I really, really enjoy the American Bass guys.
In Bob's words, he wants to come and hang out with the old cats.
There you go. I did get a call from somebody trying to get Joseph from Earthquake on here.
Yeah. I haven't talked to Joseph for years.
Yeah, and me either. Like I said, I probably haven't talked to him. I bet you it's been 10 years since I've talked to him. But he found out about the podcast in a roundabout way, whatever, and he's like, he's interested to come on and come and talk about his growth within the industry, which is cool.
And Sundown, before I forget, Sundown said they were bringing some stuff too. I'm trying to think in my head. I don't have my notes in front of me.
Yeah.
All the people that are, have donated stuff.
Yeah, and another cool thing some people don't understand is, Celise has got to start the sponsorship and to start talking to these manufacturers and what's not, all the way back in like June, May, and start talking to them about World Finals. Who else?
Sound Digital. They gave us some amplifiers.
Okay. Is DC doing anything?
I didn't hear back from Rusty.
Well, we'll call them out then. Why doesn't DC have anything?
I mean,
I have it on good authority that I think Crossfire's. Yes.
That's right. And I was going to say, I'm like I said, I'm going through all my notes. Crossfire. I just don't know exactly. Like some of them saying, "Oh yeah, we'll bring some stuff with us," so it'll be surprise gifts, surprise wrappers.
Yes.
Speaking of gifts, as a competitor, you get a goodie bag every year. Can you kind of tell us at least? Maybe something, unless you want to leave it all as a surprise, or what's going to be in the goodie bag with this?
We've been advertising that. So all the competitors are going to receive a duffel bag that Crossfire sponsored. It's got the Crossfire logo on one side and the World Finals logo on the other. So they have a duffel bag. They will have a racing jersey, and it's got all the sponsor logos on it, which is pretty cool. A hat, whatever you want to call it, depending on what part of the country you're in. A banner. In Wayne's words, I got tired of people stealing all my banners, so just order everyone a banner. At the end of the show, everybody goes and tries to, snake all the banners, cut them all down. And then we end up seeing them on Facebook in somebody's garage, months later. Oh, hey, that's where our World Finals banner went. So banners, a decal, amp, Stinger amp. I want to say not Stinger, but amp. They sponsored the decal for the
AAMP,
decal.
Amp of America.
Yeah. Amp of America.
Cool.
That's right. And then everybody's going to get raffle tickets. Like I said, lunch Saturday and Sunday, the party Saturday night, hospitality suite access, place to hang out, chill with everybody. And then we've got some other some companies have donated stuff like, keychains, lanyards, stuff like that.
Okay. Team Mini would like to know, is there a bag of magical SPL dust in there?
Yeah.
Perfect.
Minnie's not even competing this year.
Is he coming to the? I mean, he's right here.
I think he's gonna drive down with Ray and Gene Bay.
Okay.
But if you guys want to know if it's gonna, have some SPL dust in there, you're gonna have to buy it and find out. So
That's right. Oh, there we go. Some of my things were not working here, so I did see another. Oh, it just says demos all day long.
well,
Oh yeah,
that's a question about demos.
that's right.
Are they
So-
able to
So
demo?
I think what we're going to do, like we've done at past finals, is demo at the top of the hour for 5 minutes, because let's just be real, we need to get the competition done. So, but we do want the guys to be able to, like I said, have a good time, and some of them are going to want to demo. So we're going to have to do it top of the hour for 5 minutes. We've done this before.
Yep.
And there's going to be a PA system, right, where we could just say, hey, okay, top of the hour.
Oh, well, remember, guys, Wayne is bringing the big tower this year.
That's right.
So
Nice,
some people have never, you guys obviously have seen it, but a lot of people have never seen that big tower. It's been a long time since we've had that out. You remember, the thing weighs, just the crate itself weighs over 7,000 pounds. So
Wow.
it has to be moved around with a big forklift, and it's kind of a production to put together.
Oh no, it definitely is. And that's one of the things the judges help it put it together and then tear it back down.
Yeah, since Doug's late coming to the party, he's going to be climbing up the tower to help with tear down on Sunday.
Speaking of the tower,
that's how I was going to go. Go ahead.
Oh, okay. Speaking of the tower, we saw a video on YouTube from Wayne talking about the light tree. The light trees are coming back.
Yeah, the light trees. Now this
LED.
year's light trees, he did out of LED, and they're cool. I mean,
yeah, 11 foot tall, I think. 11 foot tall.
So I think
right?
it's the same height as the old light trees were, but they're LED this time.
So it's a little more high tech.
Yeah, and he made them. He put it together, built it, designed it from raw pieces.
Yeah.
Cool.
So our through the video though, it looked like it was just gonna be continuous, and then shut down. Where back when we started doing light towers, they followed the SPL levels up.
Yeah.
It can still do that.
Oh,
yeah.
It can.
Yeah, he was testing it. He had it hooked up in the demo that he showed you. He was just demoing it. You know what I mean?
Right.
But no, he had it with the Turn Lab, and he was here in the office and just testing the lights, and it tracks just like it did in the past.
Well, now how am I supposed to incorporate that into my system? I need that. I can't not have that, obviously.
Well, you can look at the YouTube video and figure out how to make it.
It's a finals exclusive, Doug.
No such thing.
Well, yeah, some guy posted, "Hey, I want one. Can you make it?"
Yeah, I saw that.
Can you imagine how much it would cost if Wayne built one of those? His time has some value to it.
Yeah. It was a fun. I think it was more of a fun project than anything else.
He said, Nathan says 5-minute demo. All right, everybody gonna have to fit in as many people as they can at one time. So
yeah,
that's how it is. What else was I gonna say? Oh yeah, so the lights, that's gonna be something new, gonna be something pretty cool. What about the jerseys? Now I saw you said something about some polos or jerseys that people are gonna get. So how do you get one of that?
So if you're a competitor, you get one in your swag bag.
Okay.
If you purchased a VIP pass for $75, that includes the jersey, the duffel bag, the cap, the banner, the decal, and all the other goodies that come with it. So and then we'll be selling the jerseys also. If somebody wants to buy an extra one, they're $50 on site.
Okay.
The VIP kit, if you buy it in advance, it's $75. When you get there, it's $100 on site to buy those.
So buy them in advance. What's the in advance?
75.
No, what's the time frame?
Is it till the day of?
Till Friday or till Thursday?
Yeah, till we turn it off the store. It's to be honest, it's a lot easier. Well, there's a point where we have to compile the list. So
right.
let me get back with you on that. I'm not sure when we're going to turn that off. If either we'll do it before we leave or when we get there. At some point when we get there, I'll just have to put the list together so everybody knows who's paid for stuff.
Right. That's another thing for you people that are even interested in this little thing we have here, the T.W.I.C.A. Jeffrey and I are going to set up there at World Finals in Saturday afternoon and try and pull a couple people for some interviews and talk about some of the things that happened of the day. Once again, Celise being the person she is, she's going to help us, come up with a place to do it. And like I said, she's really the engine behind DbDrag. We have all the different spokes and the people doing all this stuff, but ultimately Celise helps us with getting flyers together, organizing names. Like when you guys, Wayne does that too. I will say Wayne does the names sometimes also. But like if you have multiple names that you need to get combined, and really the minutia of the business, because it's a business. There's multiple people that do different things, and Celise's particular job happens to be taking care of a lot of the minutia, along with the graphics and helping getting people what they need to make their events successful. So she's very helpful in that.
But it's definitely a team effort. I mean, everybody does stuff, and then look at you guys. I mean, you guys are judges. You guys are out there on the weekends actually doing the shows. You guys are the face of a lot of this because you guys are the ones that the competitors know. And then we have our international agents. We're doing business in 35, 30, 40 countries, however many, depending on, what time of the year and what's been, last couple of years kind of took a little hit international. But you've got from, Yenis and Benny and, all of our 3X guys in Germany and Italy and all the other countries doing shows, Australia. So it's definitely it's a team effort, and we have awesome judges. I mean, you guys are just awesome for sure.
I will say, I mean, and this is definitely not us trying to toot Jeffrey and I or the other judges' horns by any means, but almost every competitor we've had on here has said that the judging staff with DbDrag, and this isn't really to take away from any other organization, but we tend to be more consistent across the board, and our presentations are more professional, and that's a lot to do with it's a top-down thing. Wayne expects certain things from us to do, and we as judges step up and do our best to accommodate what he's asking for.
Well, and we have a certification process in place, and some people probably don't know this. Retailers and car clubs and such can host 1X shows. I mean, there's a place for 1X shows. I mean, that's what gets you the grassroots level and gets local people interested. And then you go up to your 2X and 3X. And to get certified, to even get your 2X certification, you have to host a minimum of 5 1X shows on your own. Then you have to work a 3X event with a 3X judge to get your 2X certification. So, I mean, right there, you're already talking some time and investment as far as training goes. Okay, so then you work your 3X, and then the judge says, you're not quite ready to be a 2X certified judge yet. And it happens.
It has happened.
There's people that are super passionate about it, and that's just freaking awesome. And we need those people. But sometimes people are passionate, but maybe don't fully understand the rules, or just need a little bit more experience. Maybe they don't have as much of maybe they don't have as many cars in their area, so they don't see some of the stuff that you guys have seen in the gamut. So from the street guys all the way up to the extreme guys. I mean, there's some people in some countries that have never probably even seen an extreme car, a true extreme car. They wouldn't know how to judge that. And the other thing that's cool, think about how many times the judges go to different events. So whether, Doug goes and works spring break back in the day, or Jeffrey goes and works a show up in Indiana, or Yenis comes over here and works a show, or Benny goes to Italy or Germany, or Germany may go to another. A lot of that consistency is what it's the consistency is the key, I think.
Yep. And we brought up in our judges meeting, we were discussing some of the judging rules and stuff like that, and it was brought up that when you go to a 3X or a 1X or 2X show, you're getting, in terms of like the United States court system, you're going to an appellate court judge when you're doing that. Then at World Finals, we have like the Supreme Court. So it's the whole group of the judges that are the most experienced and have the greatest range of knowledge for the car audio, and we all get together at one place for World Finals. That's why it's super important to have at least one World Finals together every once in a while. And it's like a Supreme Court. We can all say, hey, look, this is the way I see it, this is the way I see it, and then we come up to a ruling of how we as judges want to judge it, and then we judge it like that consistently when we go back out to our areas.
We have
Go ahead.
We have 8. I think we have 8 judges at finals this year, which is just awesome.
Mm-hmm.
So there's Doug, Jeffrey, Jeremy Creamer, Wyatt, Ray Choi, Chet, Darren,
Andy will be there.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's our 8.
Yep. And then a little help from Team Mini.
Well, those are our 8.
Yes.
3X, 4X, depending on certification level judges.
Mm-hmm. Rosa says minutia. Good word, Doug. Not bad for a non-high school graduate. Anyway, I didn't graduate high school.
Okay.
Anyway, Mel Valdez wants to know, Wayne mentioned that the event will be streamed via YouTube. Will this be one or both days?
Both.
It will be both. Also, I'm sure Jeffrey will be doing the same thing I'm doing, but I will be sharing that to all the same Facebook groups that I'm sharing this to right now. So just so you guys know,
Great.
We're going to be sharing this like crazy. So if you guys want to see the World Final stuff, it'll be out and available. Go ahead.
And just so you know, this live stream, that we're doing on YouTube, this is a courtesy for the people who can't make it there.
Yep.
Again, little chatter on the internet, on the interwebs, that we're trying to, monetize. We're not making money off of that. Give me a break. I mean,
oh my goodness.
Just the I mean, you gotta put the noise away sometimes. And
come on, guys,
I really don't have time. First off, let me tell you, my kids never acted like the way some people do. But I just don't have time for it. But then I've got people, sending me messages. Oh, I heard this is somebody saying this. I don't have time for that. I'm too busy with making a great show. And I gotta tell you, we're just, like I said, we're going all out on this show, and we just want everybody to have a great time, have fun, no drama, mama llama.
Yes.
Just not into the drama. I just don't do it.
So speaking of kids, are your kids planning on becoming part of this business at all, or are they just branching out and doing their own thing?
Good question.
Negative.
They don't want anything to do with this, huh?
They see it.
We talked about it a little bit, but our son Cody, he would have been the only one that would have been potentially interested. But if you know Cody at all, he's a sales guy. Okay. I mean, sales is just in his blood, and he is currently working for Oracle. And so he got a job at their corporate headquarters, which is now in Austin, and he's just loving it. So, he's just a sales guy, and he just needs to do his thing.
And it's close to home, right?
Yeah, it's cool. It's cool that he's close. But you know what? We've discovered that the closer he is, the less we see him.
Oh.
So since he's been back in town, I think we've seen him like 3 times in the last 3 months. And for like 10 minutes. One dinner, one time I met him at Subway for lunch so that he could just grab a sandwich and go. I mean, just like, it's kind of funny.
It's the
But
quality. It's the quality of time.
Kids. I say kids loosely because they're not kids anymore. You know, they're adults now.
Justin Stolman, lots of watts, and Stolman Transport chiming in. He's wondering, is there any word that finals is going to be linked where we can go against someone else in a different location overseas again? I don't think that's in the work.
That'd be fun. Not this year.
Obviously,
no. Not this year.
But I don't think it's a finals thing, right?
No, here's the challenge we've had. Remember, we've been doing that for a lot of years. Doug, you've been involved with that. And if you recall, years ago when we had going against Europe, which was fun. It was the timing, the time difference. When you have a 7 or 8 hour time difference, you know, everybody here wants to be on our time zone, and those poor guys over there were competing at 4 a.m. You know, they had to stay up all night.
And it was 4 a.m. Monday for them too.
Yeah, and it was definitely a challenge for them because the convention center that they were at, or the facility, had another show coming in.
Yep.
And so they were trying to hurry it up, and you couldn't hurry anything. But yeah, the time difference is definitely a challenge there.
Yep. Nathan Millard again wants to know, can you guys clamp me for my cyclone run? Very possibly. Just have to ask. Let us know.
But you know, if we have everyone asking to be clamped, that's not supposed to be clamped. It's gonna stack time.
It will.
You know, onto the schedule. So we if we could fit it in, we probably can. But for the most part, I don't want to say we really can't. I mean, time-wise, but if it's possible.
So real quick, Dustin Wright says, Cali guys got to run off of something better than a hotspot for my live feeds. Hey, it is what it is. California's got the best infrastructure for hotspots anywhere. So if it ain't working here, it ain't going to work nowhere. I just got a brand new 5G phone, so it may work a lot better now. Just so you know, coming up. Anyway, so Celise, speaking of timing.
Okay, one second. I want to say, when was it Darren that asked that question?
About
Nathan asked the question about clamping.
Yes, Nathan.
And for all of you that notice this, do you notice I was quiet and Jeffrey and Doug jumped in and answered that question? Because if anybody has ever called or told you that I said something specifically about a rule, I am not a judge. I've never been a judge. I will never be a judge, and I do not answer judging questions. Now, obviously, I've been around a long time. I kind of know a lot of it, but I never, ever will answer judges' questions. So if anybody tells you that I said it, they are lying.
I will tell you, we get this every year. I called Celise or I called Wayne, and they said this is okay. And I promise you, 100%, neither one of them said it was okay. They said, check the rules or contact your judge. Yeah. Guarantee you that was their answer.
Well, now, unless it's something where we, according to rule, you know, 102-3, the rule says blah, 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 and you reiterate or you read it verbatim. Mm-hmm. That's the only thing that I've ever done. This is what the rule says, but I would never answer a rule. I'm just telling you how it's worded.
Yep.
But yeah, you're right. Okay, so what were you saying, Doug?
Hold on real quick. We'll go after this. How many competitors have registered for finals as of yet, if you know that off the top of your head? That's coming from Nick Dahlman.
I don't know that off of the top of my head because I don't have my spreadsheet open.
Oh, okay. 65-ish, somewhere in there, I think.
More than that.
Oh, okay, and that doesn't include the old school.
No, that doesn't include the old school. And that does, the reason I'm hesitant, I'm not trying to put this off, but we have vehicles, but then we have some doing DbDrag, some doing base race, some doing top dog, some doing freestyle, some doing cyclone. So I don't know what the breakdown is and who's doing what. So that's why I'm hesitant to say, because I don't have that number. I don't have a total number.
All right. And then, so the other question I really had for you was the timing. So, what's our time frames? Before we started the show, you were saying there was potential issues on Saturday night. What's our Friday night? We closing down doors down. So we got to be out by a certain time on Sunday. What's the limits of our time this weekend?
The schedule, I emailed everybody the schedule, and all the judges were copied on that. So you might be able to pull that up. But if I recall, Friday check-in starts at noon. And I think I have on the schedule noon to 8. Now, if somebody gets there at 8:05 and we're still standing there at registration, or 8:10, of course we're going to check them in. But if not, we'll have to check them in Saturday morning, because at some point, I need to sleep too. Not that I'm going to sleep at 8 o'clock. Trust me, I don't go to sleep before midnight. But, we've got other things going on too. I think the judges are going to do pre-inspections or pre-judging 5 to 8 on Friday night. And if anybody is not there and they come in Saturday morning and want to get their vehicle looked at before they get into the lanes, I think we have 1 hour in the morning before you guys start base race qualifying to continue, finish them up.
Okay. And then, so what time on Saturday you said we need to be out by 6:30? Or
no,
6?
6. So we're scheduled. If we stay on schedule, everything, all qualifying will be done. And again, Top Dog in completion, Cyclone Demo in completion, Freestyle in completion on Saturday by 6.
Team Mini, Steven wants to know, will the old schools meter or just kind of there as an expedition showing off?
No. Most of the old school guys aren't bringing vehicles. They're just there to hang out.
Okay.
There are a few guys that are bringing vehicles, but no, not that I'm aware of. No DbDrag guys. Remember, there's a group of we've got the old school DbDrag guys, like Brantley Waits is coming, and Chris Norris, and the Riley brothers, and one of the Easons. I can't remember which Eason is. Scotty Johnson will be there. Obviously, Scotty's not competing anymore. There's a lot of those type of. Steve Cook said he was coming. Hopefully he's coming. A lot of old school guys like that were old DbDrag guys that aren't necessarily bringing vehicles. Then there's an old school meetup that these guys have been meeting for several years now. They sometimes do it down in, I think, North Carolina or somewhere in the South. They've done it up in near Dallas. We went up there a couple of years ago and kind of hung up with them. And these guys are just they're in. Not necessarily may or may not have been competitors, but they have a passion for old school car audio stuff, and they have builds that is all old school in their vehicles, and a couple of them are going to come and display their vehicle.
Okay. All right. Hey, so we are actually running up on our hour right now, Jeffrey. So, yeah. So you want to hit Celise up real quick with our question?
Wait.
Oh, go ahead.
One more thing.
Yes, ma'am.
One more thing. I got to give a couple shouts out. Okay. One, Sundown Audio sponsoring the trophies for finals. Mm-hmm. We're doing great, awesome trophies. We're going big, big trophies, and that's pretty awesome.
Somebody say 15-foot trophies?
No.
No? Okay.
That's the tower.
No. Okay.
Incriminator Audio sponsored the rings again this year.
Cool.
The competitors will have their choice of either silver or gold highlights, and the rings are made by a company that does the
a little bigger than those this year.
Rings.
Yeah, maybe a little bit bigger.
Yeah.
So that's pretty awesome. Like I said earlier, Ground Zero and Sound Digital sponsored the party and the hospitality. Directronics sponsored the old school meetup. Yep. So Dan Horner from Directronics wanted to sponsor something, and he said that was kind of a near and dear to him. He's been around the block a few times, so that's pretty awesome. Crossfire did the duffel bags, which was really great. DC Audio was the points champion sponsor for this year and the show sponsor. We've got some cool prize for our points champions this year. I'm not going to say anymore. Nobody knows.
Yeah.
And we see who else was our. I think that was our.
Def Bonds.
Oh, FCBC did death match.
Okay.
So
yeah,
there's
$500.
Yeah, prize money for that, right?
Yeah, $500 prize for
Super
death
Street
match.
for the 4 loudest Super Street vehicles.
Yeah, so it's 4 loudest Super Street. So 4 loudest of the show, obviously. And then if like the number 4 guy says, nah, I don't want to do it, or I blew everything up, then we'll go on to the next guy and, you know, kind of get till we get the 4.
Moses will do it no matter what.
Nice.
Well,
if it gets that low. If it gets that low, Moses will absolutely do it.
No way.
Hey, Moses is absolutely 100% coming to have a great time. So he knows he's only going to do a 56 or 57 in DbDrag, which, you know, isn't going to make him the loudest by any means. But he's going to be there, and he's going to have a great time. So
yeah, which weekend?
He leaves on Wednesday, I believe.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
So, because he's driving there, and then he's
yeah, I think Ray said they're leaving Wednesday. In fact, Ray was in Italy last week, and he's just on his way back. And I think he gets back tonight at midnight and turns around Wednesday and drives down. It's kind of nuts.
Yeah. All right, so let's get to this last question. We're already over an hour.
Okay, Celise, it's a question that we ask all of our guests. Basically, we want to know what your definition of a bass head is.
If you can hear them coming, they're probably a bass head.
Yeah, I like that.
That's a way.
Short and sweet and to the point.
Rosa says yes, they're leaving on Wednesday. So.
Safe travels to everybody. Please check your trailer tires.
Yeah, your trailer tires. Make sure. Rosa says laughing at 157. I'm trying to hope for some good stuff, you know. For
the Florida guys might need to leave now. Rob Kohler, are you on your way yet?
Oh, I heard about that. Right?
Tornado or hurricane.
Yeah, the hurricane. If they leave now, they can beat the rain, and they could just, you know, come and hang out in Owensboro for a few days ahead of time.
Yep.
I'm sure there'll be something for them to do out there.
All right. Jeffrey, any last thoughts, sir?
No, I mean, like, you know, when I host these events, and people ask me about World Finals, I tell them, hey, you know what? If you had any, you know, World Finals, you choose to go to, I would go to this one. You know, Wayne and Celise are going all out. It's their 25th anniversary of World Finals, so you know, come out to this one, and I can't wait.
Oh, yeah, I'm super excited. I got a meeting I got to do on Friday morning, but as soon as my meeting's over, I'm jumping on a plane with Team Send It Julio. He's going to fly out there with me. He's going to jump in my rent-a-car. Once I get to Owensboro, I'm going to jump out of the rented car at the hotel, and him and I believe Moses Martinez and the DTX guys are going to install a system in my rent-a-car so that he'll have a base race and top dog vehicle.
Awesome.
And they should like get it on video, like, you know, document everything.
Yeah,
that'd be cool.
For sure.
They absolutely should. So he's got Julio arranged his flights to match mine so that we can fly there and fly back together, and this way he can just park at my house, and you know, I can help save him a little bit of money on the trip, you know, because finals isn't cheap. We all know that. But looking forward to it. Looking forward to getting together with some of the old guys. Obviously, some of the guys that we've had on the podcast recently, you know, getting to see them again. I
heard Nathan Munson's coming out.
You know what? He has been feeling better. So, yeah, I hope he is.
Yeah. I hope he does. I think that'd be awesome, too. Haven't seen him for a minute. And
if you guys can ever trap Nathan in a corner and you want to talk to somebody that makes you feel stupid, he is an awesome dude. He is a one smart cookie, and
he is a smart guy.
And he can absolutely he's actually pretty good at explaining stuff too on a lower level. How about DB Don? Is he coming out for this? I know he was going to try.
Minnie. Does Minnie know?
I don't know. So if you're still there, I'm hoping DB Don comes out. That's another
That'd be
old
fun.
school guy that's been out part of this
Yeah.
whole bunch. He's been on the podcast a couple times talking about some of his.
You
mad
know what I
science
heard
things.
too, and I think we might have mentioned it on a previous podcast episode. But yeah, if you're gonna be there for the old school meetup, to bring those old school jerseys that you guys used to wear in the lanes.
That'd be fun.
Yeah, just maybe it's a manufacturer that's not in business anymore or whatever, but wear it, and that way people would recognize you. They'll say, oh, I used to run that, and hey, we were on the same team together, and
Yeah, that's cool.
be something cool.
Don
Bring
won't
back
be
some
making
nostalgia. Oh, bummer.
Oh, Don won't be.
Nope. So, all right, guys. Well, I do got to get going. I got to go bowling and hopefully take some money from some old folk. I'm almost an old folk. A couple more months and I can bowl senior too. So, with that being said, but anyway, Celise, awesome job. Thank you for being in here tonight. We really appreciate you. Had a lot of fun with you. Real informative. Like Jeffrey said, if there's ever going to be a World Finals you're going to go to, even if it's just to go to hang out,
Yes.
dude, come on down and hang out with us. Gary Killian's trying to free up some time to come down there.
Awesome.
He can't commit.
He's
to
close.
He is
He's close.
He is, but he's a long-haul truck driver, and so he's trying to arrange his hauls so that he's coming through that area at that time.
No, that'd be cool.
So that's what.
Well, I just want to say that we appreciate all the competitors over the last 25 years that have been involved, all the manufacturers, sponsors, supporters, friends, family especially. We know especially the few weeks before finals, you kind of lose your buddies to the builds, but we appreciate everything and everybody over the years, and we're just real excited to just hang out with everybody and just have a great time. So come on down.
Yep. All right, guys. Once again, we want to thank our sponsors. If you have an opportunity to make a choice and purchase something, purchase it with the people who support the things that you love to do or the things you like to hear. So support the people who support us. We got Puns Customs. We got Crossfire Car Audio. Lots of Watts Apparel and Stolman Transport LLC. So hit them up if you guys want anything to do with the services they provide. Once again, everybody have safe travels. Have a lot of fun. We'll see you guys Saturday afternoon. Jeffrey and I will be doing another podcast. So even if you're not there, tune into the podcast that's going to be put out by DbDrag Racing. And Saturday afternoon, Jeffrey and I are thinking something along the lines like Sports Center to talk to the guys.
Yeah.
And we'll see how that goes. It's going to be an off-the-cuff thing, nothing scripted, nothing going on. But anyway,
if you guys have any suggestions or you guys want to, want us to pull somebody, let us know in the comments, and we'll try to make that happen.
That's a great idea. I appreciate it. Anyway, guys, once again, thank you for being here. Thank you to all our guests that we've had leading up to this. That's coming up next, Rosa. But remember, so on Saturday, we're probably going to go on about 5:30 or 6 o'clock, not California time, so it's a less important time, obviously.
No.
But we will be back on Tuesday because Monday, Jeffrey and I will both be traveling back, so we won't have an opportunity to do the show on Tuesday. But we'll be back next Tuesday if you miss us on Saturday at 5:30 p.m. California time. Once again, the only time that does matter. So if you guys would like to sponsor us or support us in any way, links down in the description. Also in our podcast, we'll be up and going here tomorrow morning. Once again, hey, thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you to our guests. Thank you, Jeffrey. Great job again. You guys have safe trips.
Thanks.
And we are out of here.
Whoa, whoa.